Hello students, welcome back to Varanda Race Institute. Students, sincere apologies. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಕ್ಷಮಿಸಿ, ತಾಂತ್ರಿಕ ದೋಷದಿಂದ ಅರ್ಧ ಅವರ್ ಲೇಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಲೈವ್ ಸೆಷನ್. ಇನ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಆನ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಷ್ಟು ದಿವಸ ಇದ್ವಿ ಕೂಡ, ಇವತ್ತೊಂದಿನ ಲೇಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಕ್ಷಮಿಸಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ. ಟುಡೇ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಟುಡೇ welcome back to Varanda Race Institute. At Varanda Race Institute, we provide coaching for those competitive exams such as PC, PSI, FDA SDA, VAO, PDO, Group C examinations and other banking examinations as well, students. So students, in our previous class, that is on Saturday, Jyoti ma'am, hi ma'am, sorry Jyoti ma'am, my sincere apologies, ಲೇಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾರಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಬನ್ನಿ, ಯಾರೆಲ್ಲ ಲೈವ್ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ. ಸೊ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ಏನು ಕಲಿತೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ, ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಟುಡೇ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ರೈಟ್ ಟು ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ part 2, because for part 1 we've already done in our first session, that is on Saturday. We already dealt with article 19 subsection 1 subsection A, article 19 subsection 1 subclause B, article 19 subsection 1 subclause C. So we have already dealt with those 3 articles. What are those 3 articles? Freedom of speech and expression, freedom to assemble peacefully without arms, freedom to form association, cooperative societies, unions, etc. All these 3 articles we have already dealt with in the part 1. Nagaraj Nayak, hi sir, hi Bhagat Singh sir, hi Riya, good evening sir ji, good evening ma'am, sorry for the inconvenience, technical glitch, we are late today. From tomorrow onwards we'll be on time. No Riya ma'am, from tomorrow onwards time will be 5 to 6 only ma'am. Only today the delay was there, extremely sorry. So today we are dealing with article 19(1) subsection D, 19(1) subsection E, 19(1) subsection subclause F, sorry G. So F is already. So students, as you already know, Varanda Race Institute is conducting classroom coaching sessions for KPSC students. KPSC students, ನಿಮಗೆ classroom coaching start ಆಗಿದೆ Varanda Race Institute ಅಲ್ಲಿ. It's a 5 months duration course. It is still in its orientation stage, so you won't miss out a lot. You can, even now you can join us, it's not late. So register link will be in the description. And also students, for KPSC students, you have scholarship, 15,000 scholarship, and also discount on the fees. Please do note, the registration link will be in the description. Now having said that, in our previous class students, in our previous class, under article 19 I already told you there are 6 fundamental rights. Under 6 fundamental rights we had completed freedom of speech and expression. Which article? 19 subsection 1 subclause A. We completed this in our first part. Freedom to assemble peacefully without any arms, 19 subsection 1 subclause B. This also we completed. Freedom to form association, union, cooperative societies, 19 subsection 1 subclause C. This also we completed. Today remaining 3 we are going to deal with. Freedom to move freely throughout India, freedom to reside anywhere in India, freedom of profession, practice and choice. Yes Riya ma'am, correct. Yes, please call your other friends also. Please tell them that today live session is happening. They would have left telling that even 5:30 sir didn't start it yet. Sorry for the technical glimpse. So today we are going to the 4th article under article 19, that is freedom to move freely throughout the territory of India for all citizens. Very important, note down article 19 subsection 1 subclause D. Article 19 subsection 1 subclause D, what it tells is, it talks about freedom to freely move throughout the territory of India. So what does this freedom mean? This freedom grants every citizen the right to move freely throughout the territory of the country. Students, I have already repeated 1,000 times I have repeated telling that only article 15, 16, 19, 29 and 30, only these 5 articles are applicable to Indian citizens. So whatever the articles which we are studying under article 19 is applicable only to a citizen of India, not to any foreigner. So article 19 subsection 1 subclause D, what it tells is, it gives Indian citizen a right to freely move throughout the territory of India. Meaning Bhandav from Karnataka state, Bhandav ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯದವನಾಗಿರೋ ನಾನು, ಯಾವುದೇ ರಾಜ್ಯ, remaining 28 states, remaining 27 states, there are 28 states in India, you belonging to any state, ಯಾವುದೇ ರಾಜ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದನ್ನು, ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ರಾಜ್ಯ, ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಸರ್. So you can go freely move throughout any territory of India. under Article 19 subsection 1 subclause D. So the freedom of movement is like two types. The freedom of movement is two types, obviously. One is within territory of India, national freedom, another is international freedom. So internally, wherever in India, all those 28 states, wherever India, if you want to travel, your right is under Article 19 subsection 1 subclause D. But if you want to leave India, ಭಾರತ ದೇಶನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ, ದೇಶಾಂತರ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ, external, this right to move out of the country and right to come back to the country is dealt by Article 21. What do you mean by Article 21? What is Article 21? Article 21, protection of life and liberty. Protection of life and liberty. ವೇರೆವರ್ ಭಾರತ ದೇಶದ ಒಳಗಡೆ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲೇ ಒಂದು ರಾಜ್ಯದಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ರಾಜ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಮೈಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ವೇರೆವರ್ ವಿತಿನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ, ವಿತಿನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಸ್, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು, ಇಫ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್, ಯುವರ್ ರೈಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕವರ್ಡ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ 19 subsection 1 subsection D. ಬಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಲೀವ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ, ಭಾರತ ದೇಶನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ, ಇಫ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಲೀವ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ, ಇಫ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಕಮ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಫಾರಿನ್, ಯುವರ್ right is provided under Article 21, protection of life and liberty. I hope you are understanding. Ria, yes ma'am, in and out, outside the country, inside the country, that right is provided by Article 21 under protection of life and liberty. Now, as I said, ನಾನು ತುಂಬ ಸಲ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಭಾರತ ಸಂವಿಧಾನನೇ ನಿಮಗೆ ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಡುತ್ತದೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಭಾರತ ಸಂವಿಧಾನನೇ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳನ್ನು ಕಸಿದುಕೊಡುತ್ತದೆ. The Indian Constitution only will give you fundamental right, and the same Indian Constitution will restrict your fundamental right. So let's see what are the restrictions. The state can impose reasonable restriction. For what? Reasonable restriction on two grounds. So I told you Article 19 subsection 1 subclause D gives Indian citizen right to freely move throughout the territory of India, but there is exception. He can't just travel wherever he wants. There is exception. Now, first exception is the interest of general public. The interest of general public. Example, Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has ruled. I think this is Supreme Court of Bombay Supreme Court, Maharashtra Supreme Court. The Maharashtra Supreme Court. Sorry. Supreme Court of India. Sorry. I confused it. I got confused to the High Court. The Supreme Court of India, it ruled that freedom of movement of prostitutes can be restricted on the grounds of public health and public morals. What is it telling? Those who are engaged, those women or those men who are engaged into prostitution, restrictions can be laid on them. ಒಬ್ಬರು ಪ್ರಾಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಯಾರಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಒಂದು ಜಾಗದಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಜಾಗಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗದಿರೋ ಥರ ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ರಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್. Because students, it is the notion, or in many cases it has seen that prostitutes, they carry sexually transmitted diseases, STD. So those people who are engaged in the prostitution, majority of them will be having sexually transmitted diseases. So if they move from one place to the other place, obviously wherever they go, they do prostitution only, no matter in which place they are, Karnataka or Maharashtra, whichever place they go. So whichever place they go, they form their prostitution profession. There also they might infect people, they might transfer, because STD is a communicable diseases. There are two types of diseases, student, like heart attack, cancer. These are non-communicable diseases, NCD. Heart attack, cancer, these are all NCD, meaning if Bhandav has a cancer, even if I talk with some person, or even if I sit with some person, it won't be transferred like that. It's not communicable. But STD, when there is a sexual intercourse happens, their STDs will be transferred from prostitution to the person who is engaged in sexual intercourse. So what Supreme Court of India told is, the freedom under Article 19 subsection 1 subclause D, that is right to free move throughout the India, right to freely move throughout the India, that can be restricted to prostitutes on the grounds of public health and public morals. I hope you are understanding. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಜ್ಯೋತಿ, ಜೀವಿಸುವ ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯದ ರಕ್ಷಣೆ. ಹೌದು ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಜೀವಿಸುವುದು ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯದ ರಕ್ಷಣೆ. So this is one restriction. For prostitutes, they can't freely move throughout the India. Now another one exception is the protection of the interest of any scheduled tribe. Students, you already know scheduled tribe. So the scheduled tribe, they don't want to get interfered by anyone from the public, because we are modernized, but scheduled tribes are not modernized. ನೀವು ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಆಗಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಆಗಲಿ ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ ಟ್ರೈಬ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಇನ್ ಎಂ ಪಿ, ಇನ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಸಿ ಎಂ ಪಿ, ಛತ್ತೀಸ್ಗಢ, ಒಡಿಶಾ, Jharkhand, there is huge population of scheduled tribes there. If you see in the states, there are huge population of scheduled tribes there. Scheduled tribes usually they are not that advanced, they are not that modernized. So if you are going and if you are interfering in scheduled tribes area, there will be a scheduled tribal area or tribal area. So if you are going and interfering, or you are residing or visiting any scheduled tribes area, you are restricted. For example, government restricts the entry of outsiders into the tribal areas to protect the distinctive culture, language, customs and manners of the scheduled tribes, and to safeguard their rights, traditional, vocational and properties against exploitation. I hope you are understanding, students. The freedom to freely move throughout the India is restricted because of one reason is for prostitutes. Based on the medical grounds, for prostitutes that right can be restricted. Even Supreme Court has given the verdict. Another one restriction is scheduled tribes. Now Bhandav cannot go into scheduled tribe area, and there I cannot interfere their life. I cannot tell them, why are you leaving this forest, why are you leaving this, or why are you wearing dress like this, wear modern jeans pant, wear talk in English. I can't tell that, because each scheduled tribes, they have got their own language, own tradition, own culture. Based on that also, my freedom of movement freely throughout the India can be restricted. I hope you are understanding. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. So Article 19 subsection 1 subclause D gives you freedom to move freely throughout the India. Where is the restriction mentioned? Restriction mentioned is in Article 19 subsection 5. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? Article 19 subsection 1 subclause D ಗೆ restriction ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ Article 19 subsection 5 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So what are the restriction is 2. In the interest of general public, protection of interest of any scheduled tribe, as we already seen. See, I'll go back and revise for you students. See, if you are revising the freedom of speech and expression article is given by the fundamental, the freedom right is given by this article. The restriction for the same is given under Article 19 subsection 2. So freedom to assemble peacefully without arms, right is given under Article 19(1) subsection B. The restriction is given under Article 19 subsection 3. So freedom to form association, union or cooperative societies, the right is given under Article 19 subsection 1 subclause C. The restriction is given under Article 19 subsection 4. Freedom to move freely throughout the India is given under Article 19 subsection 1 subsection D. Restriction is given under Article 19 subsection 5. I hope you are understanding. I am revising for you people. Freedom of residence. Further we will be learning. Article is given 19 subsection 1 subclause E, but the restriction is also given again in Article 19 subsection 5. I hope you are understanding. Last one, freedom of profession is given under Article 19 subsection 1. This is G, not F. A, B, C, D, E, F. F is not there because F was right to property. Alluk SP, hi sir, good evening. Allu KSP, hi sir, good evening. This 19F, 19 subsection 1 subclause F is not there because that is repealed, that is converted to legal right. We have 19 subsection 1 subclause G, that is freedom of profession, and that restriction is given under 19 subsection 6. I hope you are understanding. Riya ma'am, yes, taboo, won't taboo, yes ma'am, correct. So we have completed. Allu KSP sir, ಸಾರಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಲೇಟಾಗಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮುಗಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಹೋಗಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. ನಾವು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ವಿ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟೆಡ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ 19 subsection 1 subclause D, that is right to freely move throughout the India. We have already completed that 4th article under article 19. Now we are taking up 5th article. 5th article under article 19, that is freedom of residence in any part of India provided under article 19 subsection 1 subsection E. Freedom to reside. What do you mean by reside? Residence andre enappa? Riya ji, what do you mean by residence? Allu KSP, what do you mean by residence? Nagaraj Nayak, residence andre eno? Residence means Nivasa, meaning residence means you are residing, you are staying at a place, you are locating, you are residing at a place, whether it is temporary or permanent residence. So freedom of residence in any part of India, that right is given under article 19 subsection 1 subclause E. So even again, this right has two parts. That is the right to temporarily stay in any part of country. One is temporarily staying, one right, and the right, another right talks about right to settle in any part of the country, that is permanently settling up home. Are you understanding? Under article 19 subsection 1 subclause E, right to reside anywhere in the country, there are two types of residing. Bhandav can go trip to say Jammu Kashmir. Bhandav can visit Jammu Kashmir. He can stay there at least for 1 month temporarily as a tourist in some hotel, some lodge or someone guest house. I can stay for 1 month. That is temporary residing. That right also I have under article 19 subsection 1 subclause C. Bhandav can permanently shift, go to Jammu Kashmir, build an house there. I can stay there permanently. That is also right covered under article 19 subsection 1 subclause C. Because now article 370 is repealed now. Jyoti, ನೆಲೆಸುವ ಅಥವಾ ವಾಸಿಸುವ, ಎಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್. ರಿಯಾ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಎಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಟೆಂಪರರಿ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್. ರಿಯಾ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಬೋತ್ temporary stay, right to temporary stay, right to permanent stay, both is given under article 19 subsection 1 subclause C. Both is covered. I can temporarily stay anywhere in India, I have the freedom. I can permanently set up, build home also on my land there. Now, as I said, there are restrictions for every fundamental right. What are the restrictions? What are those reasonable restrictions state can impose on the citizens of India? ಯಾವ restrictions ಭಾರತ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ತನ್ನ ಪ್ರಜೆಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೂಡಬಹುದು ಅಂದರೆ, ಒಂದು, in the interest of general public. Obviously I am residing or I am staying at a place, I should not create problem to the general public. That is a restriction in the interest of general public. For example, Supreme Court held that certain kinds of persons such as prostitutes or habitual offenders can ban from entering into residing in certain areas. As we already saw in the previous article, right to freely move throughout the India, there also prostitutes can be restricted from moving one place to the other place, and under article 19 subsection 1 subclause E, which talks about freedom to reside anywhere in India, there also prostitutes can be restricted. Prostitutes, they can't build their home, they can't stay wherever they want. That is also restricted on public general importance, health, moral grounds. And also habitual offenders. What do you mean by habitual offenders? Allu KSP sir, ನೀವು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಪೊಲೀಸಿಗೆ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಂತಿದ್ದೀರಲ್ವಾ, ಇದು habitual offenders ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತು ನಿಮಗೆ? So what do you mean by habitual offenders means, students? Police would have arrested that person for again and again. I mean, that person after getting released from jail, again he will commit the same. Say example, robber. Bhandav is a robber. Already I am once caught by the police and arrested for robbing. For robbing and all, some 3 months or 4 months jail is there. I complete jail term, I come out of the jail. Jail release ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ 3-4 ತಿಂಗಳಾದ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾನು ರಾಬಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. Again I will go and I'll do robbing. Again I will be arrested by the police. I will become habitual offender. Same crimes I am committing. ಮತ್ತೆ crimes ಯಾರು commit ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. So I am called habitual offender. Now where as a habitual offender, where can I stay? Where I can build house? Where I can stay? That is also restricted. Police can come and tell you, Bhandav, you are habitual offender. You are not. You are again and again you are repeating the crime even after getting released from the jail. You don't stay in Bangalore. Get out of Bangalore. Police can tell that to me. I don't have right. I can't tell him, police, I have right under Article 19. I can freely reside wherever I want. No, I can't tell him that because I am a habitual offender. Police can kick me out of the Bangalore if he wants. Where I cannot stay in Bangalore. And same with the prostitute. Staying of prostitute in a place can be restricted based on the public importance, general public importance, or Ria, cycle repeat. Yes, ma'am. So on these conditions, the right under freedom to reside can be restricted. And the another restriction is the protection of interest of scheduled tribe. Obviously, right? Obviously, in freedom to freely move throughout the India also, we saw that I cannot go into scheduled tribes area and I cannot do whatever I want. In the same way, I cannot go to scheduled tribes area and I cannot build house there, telling I will say, because I don't belong to scheduled tribe. I don't belong to scheduled tribe. So I can't go to scheduled tribe and I can't build my home and stay there and tell I have got right under Article 19. No. The right under Article 19 gives restriction telling that a person cannot just go to the scheduled tribes area and build home and stay there. The government has restricted the right of outsiders to reside and settle in tribal areas to protect distinctive culture, language, customs and manners of scheduled tribes and safeguard their traditionally vocational and properties against exploitation. I hope you are understanding. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? both under article right to freely move throughout the India and right to reside at any part of India. The restrictions are for prostitutes and people cannot go and interfere into scheduled tribal areas. These are the restrictions. So the restriction, where is restriction for both? You see here. For both freedom to move freely throughout the India, freedom of residence, the both restrictions are given under Article 19 subsection 5. Don't get confused, students. ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. For freedom of speech and expression, article power is this one, but restriction is this one. For freedom to assemble, article is this one, restriction is this one. Different. But for freedom to move freely throughout the India and freedom of residence, both restrictions are same. 19 subsection 5, 19 subsection 5. But articles are different. Freedom to move freely throughout the India, right is given under Article 19 subsection 1, subclause D. Freedom to residence throughout the India, 19 subsection 1, subclause E. But restrictions for both are 19 subsection 5. Allu KSP sir, ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ? The Bombay High Court restricted for 8 special. Exactly, ma'am. Exactly. That's what I was telling. That's why I got confused with Supreme Court. Here. Here. ಅದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು. Supreme Court ಜೊತೆಗೆ Bombay High Court ಕೂಡ, even Bombay High Court along with Supreme Court, it gave verdict telling that the person who are infected with AIDS, they cannot move freely wherever they want or they cannot stay wherever they want. That's what I was telling. Yes, correct, Jyoti ma'am. Thank you so much for confirming. So when we see the restriction what are restrictions for freedom to reside? These are the restrictions, again same common restriction, in the interest of general public, protection of the interest of any scheduled tribe. These are the common mistakes, common restrictions. Same for even for freedom to freely move throughout the India, that is also common restriction is in the interest of general public. Remember, prostitutes cannot freely travel wherever they want in India. They cannot stay, they cannot build their houses wherever they want. They are restricted. And also, when you want to enter scheduled tribe, in the interest of scheduled tribe, you can't just go into the scheduled tribal areas and you cannot stay there, or you cannot travel there also, because you cannot interfere there. They are scheduled tribes. They have their own cultural identity. They have their own discipline, traditions, everything. You cannot go and spoil them. These are the restrictions. Now, sixth right, last right under Article 19, students. Sixth right. I hope till now we are following. Allu KSP sir, अर्थ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ज्योति मैम अर्थ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? रिया जी समझ आ रहे हैं क्या? सानवी मैम जीविಸುವ ಹಕ್ಕು, करेक्ट मैम. सानवी, यस. ज्योति मैम, नागराज नायक सर अर्थ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? आर्टिकल 19 सबसेक्शन 1 सब क्लास डी, right to freely move throughout the India. Article 19 subsection 1 subclass E, right to reside throughout the India for Indian citizen. ಅದರ ಎರಡಕ್ಕೂ ರಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಯಾವುದಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ 19 ಸಬ್ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 5, ಎರಡಕ್ಕೂ ಒಂದೇ ರಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್. Allu KSP, yes sir, thank you sir. Okay, Riya ma'am trade, Jyoti ma'am, yes sir. Okay, occupation. Okay, students, if you have carefully observed, if you see from Article 19 to here, see, if you see from Article 19 subsection 1A till last 6th article, you see alphabets A, B, C, D, E. F is not there, directly there is G. Why F is not there, students? Under Article 19, why Article 19 6 rights have A, B, C, D, E. After E, F should come now, but there is G. See, sixth right under Article 19, right to practice any profession or occupation, trade, business of their choice. There is Article 19 subsection 1 subclass G. Why there is no F? A, B, C, D, E, F, G should come now. Because earlier there were 7 right to freedom. 19 subsection 1 subclass F was right to property. Jyoti ma'am, right to trading, yes ma'am. Hope you are understanding, students. 19 subclass 1 subsection 1 subclass F, there was one right, fundamental right to property. Right to property is now a legal right under Article 300A. I have repeated this multiple times, 1000 times. Now right to property has become a legal right under Article 300A under Part 12. Part 12. Earlier it was under Part 3. Right to property was under Part 3. Later it was amended and now it has become Article 300A under Part 12. Which amendment? Allu KSP, yavat tiddupadi? Riya ma'am, Jyoti ma'am, in which amendment right to property was converted to legal right? Which amendment? Okay, Allu KSP sir. What about Riya ma'am, Jyoti ma'am? So 44th Constitutional Amendment Act 1978 44th Constitution Amendment Act 1978, right to property was converted to legal right under Article 300A, Part 12. So there is no F. After E, there is no F. Directly we are dealing with G. I hope you are understanding. So, right to practice any profession, occupation, trade, business of your choice under Article 19 subsection 1 subclause G, what does it tell? It gives the right, the state is, it gives the right for state also, what? To prescribe that a technical or professional qualification is necessary for practicing any professional or carrying on any occupation, trade or business. So what this article is telling is, today you take a profession, doctor, engineer, lawyer. Doctor, technical knowledge. Doctor without knowing how to operate, without knowing about medicines, without learning about biology, if some person become doctor just because he has got right, what about the patients? What about the patient, students? Lawyer without learning law properly, just just by passing the exam by fluke or by someone else copying, if he becomes lawyer without learning law subject, how can he become lawyer? So under this article, state, that is government, Bharata Sarkara, the state or the Indian government, it has right to prescribe technical qualification. You have the right, Indian citizen, you have the right to become whatever you want. You can become doctor, you can become engineer, you can become teacher, you can become chartered accountant, you can become anything. But in order to become that, you should be having technical knowledge. That qualification can be fixed by the state, government of India. I hope you are understanding. Yes, you have the freedom. ಭಾರತೀಯ ಪ್ರಜೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಥರ ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ ಇದೆ. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಆದರೂ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಲಾಯರ್, ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್, ಚಾರ್ಟರ್ಡ್ ಅಕೌಂಟೆಂಟ್, ಏನು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಆಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನೆಸೆಸರಿ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ವಾಟ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಟು ಬಿಕಮ್ ದಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್, that is fixed by state. You can join any profession, but to become that professional, you have to be having professional qualification that is fixed by what. To become doctor, what you need to study, what you need to do, what professional qualification is required, that is fixed by government, that is state. I hope you are understanding. Now, yes, you have the right in Bharata Sarkaradalli, in India, you have the right to carry any profession you want, legal profession you want. And also Indian government, Indian state also has right to carry any business without including the citizens of India. Best example I will give you, students. Best example is railways. Students, is railway privatized or it is completely run and handled by government? Is Indian Railways a public entity or private entity? Is there any privatization? ಖಾಸಗೀಕರಣ ಇದೆಯಾ ರೈಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ? Students, if you know, Indian Railways is completely operated by Indian government. Till date, Indian government is completely operating the Indian Railways. So you can say, sir, Indian government is violating my right. I want to do business in railways, but they are not letting me to do so. You can't complain like that, because the provision itself is telling the Indian government or the state can carry on any business, any trade, any industry or service without taking into consideration their complete or partial exclusion of citizens. Without including citizens of India, without including citizens of the country, the government can run a business, meaning government can run a business on its own. Jyoti ma'am, yes. Public sector, yes ma'am. Riya ma'am, yes. So this is the simple example I am giving you, like how you have got the right to become any professional, like how you have right to become doctor, engineer, whatever you want. even that right is given to the state, telling that state can carry on any business without including citizens of India. Example is Indian Railways. There is no privatization. Bhandav, I can't go and fight against government telling that I have 1000 crores, I want to operate Indian Railways, some part of operation. No. They can give, they don't want to give, it's up to government. Government can completely exclude citizens of India and it can operate the business on its own, like how Indian Railways is going happening. I hope you are understanding. Riya ma'am, yes ma'am, privatization not done. So this is the right which is given to state also under Article 19 subsection 1 subclause G. I hope you are understanding. F is not there because F was property right which was repealed. Now restriction. For every right there is a restriction in Indian Constitution. What is that restriction? Obviously when Constitution ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ನಿಮಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಅಧಿಕಾರ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ರೆ you can't do illegal profession. Obviously no, it should be legal profession. This right does not include the right to carry on a profession or business or trade that is illegal or immoral in nature. Yes, you have the right to do any profession in Indian country that is legal profession, lawyer, doctor, police, chartered accountant. You can't become terrorist. You can't say terrorism is my profession, I will become a terrorist. Thief is my stealing is my profession, I will become a thief. Killing is my profession, I will become a contract killer. All these are illegal. Just because you have got right under Article 19 subsection 1 subclause G, you can't tell I will become all this illegal profession. Riya ma'am, sorry, today MCQs, sorry Riya ma'am, that MCQs part technical glitch. Today MCQs are not available, Riya ma'am. I will ask you by mouth, by way of words only. I couldn't add MCQs to this because of technical glitch. Kindly adjust as of now. From tomorrow onwards MCQs will be there, class will be on time. My apologies today. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಕ್ಷಮಿಸಿ, MCQsನ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಈ PPTಗೆ ತಾಂತ್ರಿಕ ದೋಷ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ. ನಾಳೆಯಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸರಿ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ as I was telling, the exception, the restriction is, though you have a freedom under this article to carry any profession, you can't get into illegal profession. So what are the restrictions? Under which article the restriction is given is Article 19 subclause C. Under Article 19 subclause C, the restrictions for freedom to take part in any profession, carry on any business or occupation is given. What is that restriction? Obviously, in the interest of general public. You can't do any business which is affecting the general public. You can't sell kalbatti sarai kelidira. Aluk SP sir, kalbatti sarai. In English they will call it as local spirit which they prepare. No, it is called as hooch. Yeah, it is called as hooch. You would have come across hooch tragedy. Especially this is very famous in Bihar, UP, in northern states. Hooch tragedy happens. Hooch tragedy means people who have very little knowledge how to make a liquor. They prepare liquor, but obviously the chemical components of the liquor will be, in such case it is mismatched. People who are drinking this liquor, local liquor, will die. Like 30 members, 40 members, they die together. Huge tragedy. You have come across. Kalbatti sarai, Riya, yes, Goa also, Bihar also, UP also, southern states also. So you can't tell that I will prepare local liquor and I will sell to that, I will do that profession. No, that is illegal. You can't do hunting, that is illegal. That profession is illegal. And second exception is, as I said, requirement of technical or professional qualification. You can't say I want to become doctor but without studying medicine. I want to become lawyer but without studying law. You can't tell like that. If you want to carry on any profession, you must be having certain professional qualification fixed by the state. For example, I will tell you one incident, students. I will tell you one incident. Near my home, there was one doctor who was not Indian medicine doctor, I mean English medicine doctor, he was a homeopathy doctor. Students, I hope you know, to become homeopathy doctor you study different, to become allopathy, I think English medicine, you study different. So what had happened means, students, ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ಹತ್ರ ಒಬ್ರು ಹೋಮಿಯೋಪತಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಇದ್ರು. ಒಂದು ಮಗುಗೆ ಜ್ವರ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಂತ, one small child had fallen sick, he had given a tablet, homeopathic tablet. Because of the tablet, that child has got side effects now. The little fever, little sickness to that student, that child, it has become worse. That child was admitted to hospital, drips and all was done, all this. So later that mother of the child, she confronted this homeopathy guy, telling that you have half knowledge and still you gave tablet to my child. This guy paid her 2 lakhs compensation. Just imagine, students. It is very highly restricted, highly regulated. If you want to become homeopathy doctor, you need to study homeopathy. After becoming homeopathy doctor, you can't give English medicines to patients. State, Indian government has fixed technical, professional, necessary qualifications in order to become that profession. Instead of, without studying accountancy, without knowing anything about accountancy, I can't become chartered accountant. Just because I have got right to, without learning, without me preparing for your class, coming and I can't talk anything, just simply like that. For just 1 hour of class, I take hours of preparation preparing PPT for you people to clear examination. PPT I will prepare myself, studying the syllabus again and again, revising again and again. Because if you want to become teacher, because you got profession, you will become teacher. Without studying, you can't become teacher, like that. So the restriction is requirement of necessary technical or professional qualification. I hope you are understanding. Jyoti, it restricted exporting child and women. Exporting child and women. That is Article 23, Jyoti. You are talking about exploitation, protection against exploitation. There it comes. You can't illegally trade. You can't get into immoral trafficking of women and children. We'll deal with it in the upcoming sessions. So now there is an interesting case, students. Interesting case. Iವರು ಯಾರು ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ಅನುರಾಧ ಭಾಷಿನ್. Anuradha Bhashin versus Union of India, I think. Anuradha Bhashin case. So, Anuradha Bhashin, what happened is, you all know, during lockdown, students, during COVID, and also in Jammu Kashmir and other areas, whenever there is riot, Samuhika Dangegalu, whenever there is riot, the local administration will cut off the internet shutdown. So students, please tell me, if in now Bangalore today, if internet shutdown happens, am I able to teach you? All those people who need internet to work, can they work if the internet shutdown takes place? There are certain jobs, there are certain professions which is highly dependent on internet. Without internet, they can't do their job only. There are many professions such like that. So what happened in Anuradha Bhashin case was, Anuradha Bhashin, she is an author. Avaru lekaki, she is an author. There was internet shutdown for long duration in her state. In her state, there was internet shutdown for long duration. She goes to court. She knocks the judiciary, telling that accessing internet is also right under Article 19, subsection 1, subclause G. Under Article freedom to carry on any profession, trade, business of your choice, under that article, that right, even to access the internet to carry forward profession is the right. This verdict was given by Supreme Court quote. This is Anuradha Bhasin case of Union of India 2020. This case happened in 2020 during COVID. During COVID, wherever you are, Riya ma'am, Jyoti ma'am, Allu KSP sir, wherever you are, during COVID, there were restrictions, right? In some parts of the country, there were internet shutdowns also. You know, work from home concept. Without internet, you can't work from home anything. You can't do anything from home. Internet is very much required to do work from home, right? So, during 2020, Anuradha Bhasin case versus Union of India, during 2020, because of COVID and other things, there were internet shutdowns in many parts of the country. So, Anuradha Bhasin ma'am, she filed a case bill telling that even to access internet annu upayogisalu, dana profession ಕಾರ್ಯನಿರ್ವಹಿಸಲು, even to carry on a profession, even to access internet, that should be my right under Article 19(1) subsection G. This was the case filed. Supreme Court gave the verdict, the judiciary gave the verdict telling that yes, you are correct, you are right. You under Article 19 subsection 1 subclause G, under Article freedom to carry on any profession, trade, commerce, business, you have the right to access to internet in order to carry your profession. Indian government cannot suspend internet for longer duration or without any giving notice, because it will affect occupation, work from home people, or mainly other people like YouTubers, Instagram people, vloggers, video vloggers, all those people, teachers, online teachers, all those people who are heavily dependent on the internet. We cannot carry forward our profession, we cannot do our profession without internet. So, Riya, freelance, yes ma'am, all those people whose profession or job is heavily dependent on the internet, so government cannot shut down internet also. It has to give certain timeline telling till what I am shutting down the internet, for why I am shutting down, under Telecoms Regulations Act. Under Telecoms Regulations Act, Indian Telecom Regulations Act. So these are the 6 rights, students. These are the 6 rights. We have finished Article 19. All the 6 rights we have finished under Article 19. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಅದು KSP sir, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? Riya ma'am, did you understand all 6 rights? Jyoti ma'am, ಎಲ್ಲ 6 ರೈಟ್ ಕೂಡ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸಾನ್ವಿ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಮಾಶಕ್ ಶೇಖ್, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಸರ್? ಕೈಕುಸ್ತಿ ಗೋಪಾಲ್ಪುರ, ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ 14 ವಾಟ್? ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ 14 ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಲಾ, ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಲಾ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಈಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ದ ಲಾ. ಕೈಕುಸ್ತಿ ಗೋಪಾಲ್ಪುರದವರೇ, ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ 14 ಏನಂತಂದರೆ ಸಮಾನತೆ, ನ್ಯಾಯಾಂಗದ ಮುಂದೆ ಸಮಾನತೆ. ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ 14 ಮೀನ್ಸ್ equality of law and equal protection of law. Equality of law and equal protection of law. ನ್ಯಾಯಾಂಗದ ಸಮಾನತೆ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ 14 ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ. ಕೈಕುಸ್ತಿ ಗೋಪಾಲ್ಪುರದವರೇ, ಭಾರತ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಂಗ ನನಗೊಂದು ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗೊಂದು ಆ ಥರ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಆಸ್ತಿ ಒಂದು Riya ma'am, yes ma'am, I am going to ask question. So ಕೈಕುಸ್ತಿ ಗೋಪಾಲ್ಪುರ, I hope you got ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ 14 ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು? ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ 14 ಅಂದರೆ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಂಗದ ಸಮಾನತೆ. No matter who that person is, whether that person is rich, poor, that person is politician, that person is common citizen of India, for all people, ನ್ಯಾಯಾಂಗ, the law is equal for all citizens. So, ಕೈಕುಸ್ತಿ ಗೋಪಾಲ್ಪುರ, okay. So I am asking questions, students. Freedom to assemble. Freedom to assemble. This right is applicable both to public land and private land also. Is it correct or not? Is freedom to assemble, this right is applicable both to public property and private property, or only public property or only private property? Answer please. ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ 1 ಭಾಗ 1 ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯದ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳು ಭಾಗ 1ರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಟು ಅಸೆಂಬಲ್, ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ, ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಒಗ್ಗೂಡಲು, ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಸೇರಲು ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ ಇದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಯಾವುದ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ ಇದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ? ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಯಾರು ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿಗೂ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ? ರಿಯಾ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ವೈ ಆರ್ ಯು ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್? ಎಸ್ ಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಎಸ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ರಿಯಾ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್. The freedom to assemble is applicable only to public property, not private property. ನಿಮಗೇನು ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ ಇದೆ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಸೇರಲು, ನಿಮಗೇನು ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ ಇದೆ, ಯು ಕಾಂಟ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಕಮ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ಮೈ ಹೌಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಯು ಕಾಂಟ್ ಅಸೆಂಬಲ್ ದೇರ್ ಪೀಸ್ಫುಲಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ. ಯು ಆರ್ ಟ್ರೆಸ್ಪಾಸಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ. ಓನ್ಲಿ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಪಾರ್ಕ್, ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ರೋಡ್, ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ, ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್, there you can peacefully assemble without any arms. So freedom to assemble is applicable only to public properties, not private property. Kusti Gopalpura, correct sir, correct. Riya ma'am, correct ma'am. So that is public property. Freedom to form association or unions or cooperative societies. By this, under this, can you form political party also? ಇವಾಗ ಏನಿದೆ BJP, ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್, ಜನತಾದಳ, ಈ ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಗಳಿದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಕ್ಕು ಯಾವುದರಿಂದ ಬಂತು? ಇದರಿಂದ ಬಂತಾ? ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ 19 ಸಬ್ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 1 ಸಬ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಸಿ, ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಟು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಯೂನಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕೋಆಪರೇಟಿವ್ ಸೊಸೈಟೀಸ್. ಡಿಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ದಟ್? Yes ma'am, yes Riya ma'am. So under article freedom to form association or unions or cooperative societies, it allows Indian citizens, it allows only Indian citizens to form political parties, to form company, to form union, to form association, to form cooperative society. ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಟು ಮೂವ್ ಫ್ರೀಲಿ, ಯಾರಿಗೆ ರಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ? ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಟು ಮೂವ್ ಫ್ರೀಲಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಟು ರೆಸಿಡೆನ್ಸ್. ಹೂ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ದ ರಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಆನ್ ಹೂಮ್ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಟ್? ಹೇಳಿ ಕೈ ಕುಸ್ತಿ ಗೋಪಾಲ್ಪುರದವ್ರೆ, ಅಲ್ಲೂ KSP ಹೇಳಿ. ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಟು ಮೂವ್ ಫ್ರೀಲಿ, ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಟು ರಿಸೈಡ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಔಟ್ ದ ಟೆರಿಟರಿ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ, ಯಾವ ಥರ ಜನರ ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರಭಾವ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು? Restrictions can be made on the prostitutes. Please remember, those people who are engaged in the prostitution, freedom to move freely, freedom to reside, this right is restricted to them, is not applicable to them. And even habitual offenders. Jyoti ma'am, yes correct. 15, 16, 19, 29, 30 is applicable to only citizen. I am asking ma'am, Jyoti ma'am and Riya ma'am, freedom to move freely, freedom of residence, this right is not applicable to whom? Prostitution, those who are engaged in prostitution, and habitual offenders and scheduled tribal people. I cannot freely move throughout scheduled tribal areas. I cannot go and reside in scheduled tribal area. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ನಾನು ಬಾಂಧವ್, ನಾನೇನಾದ್ರು ಪ್ರಾಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಯಾವುದೇ ಥರ ಫ್ರೀಲಿ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ನಂಗೆ ಹಕ್ಕು ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಮೀ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಒನ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಟು ಅದರ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಅ ಪ್ರಾಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ರೆಸಿಡೆನ್ಸ್. Me being a prostitute, I can't go and build house anywhere I want. Public government state can regulate it where I can stay, where I cannot stay because I am engaged in prostitution. And also if I am normal citizen, now Bhandav is a normal citizen, I cannot go and stay in scheduled tribes along with scheduled tribes. Yes ma'am, I cannot go and stay in scheduled tribes area. I cannot go and build my house in scheduled tribal areas. And if I am a habitual offender, ನಾನು ಪದೇ ಪದೇ ಕ್ರೈಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರೆ, ರಾಬರಿ, ಕಿಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್, any type of crime, any type of illegal activities, if I am repeating it again and again, I am called habitual offender. So I can be regulated that this right, the right to reside, freedom to reside is not applicable to prostitutes, to habitual offender, and also to people, those who want to go and stay in the scheduled tribal areas. I hope you understand today's class. So, by learning all the 19 articles, we have come to the end of the class. Any doubt idya? Riya ma'am, Jyoti ma'am, Kaikusti Gopalpura, Allu KSP sir, Ellodri. Do you people have any doubt regarding Article 19, that is rights to freedom? There is only 6 rights. Right to property is converted to legal right. Riya ma'am, yes, one doubt. What is your doubt? Please ask me. Jyoti ma'am, Kaikusti Gopalpura, yavade doubt illa. Allu KSP sir, no doubt. Okay. Jyoti ma'am, no doubt. Riya ma'am, what doubt do you have? Jyoti ma'am, thank you sir. Please continue the class. Definitely ma'am. From tomorrow sharp 5 o'clock we will start the class. Riya ma'am, what is your doubt, Riya ma'am? Kaikusti Gopalpura. Next 20 article explain. Kaikusti Gopalpura tomorrow adu. Nade. Tomorrow we are going to deal with Article 20. Article 20 and 21 we will deal with. Only Article 20 and Article 21. Article 20 and Article 21 tomorrow we will deal with. Kaikusti Gopalpura ನನ್ನ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆ ಬನ್ನಿ 5 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಲೈವ್ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ 5:10 5:10ಕ್ಕೆ. Tomorrow live class will be scheduled at 5:10 p.m. 5:10 p.m. sharp. We will start our live session. Don't be late. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬನ್ನಿ. Riya ma'am, some abroad countries restricted Indian immigration. Does not it violate Article 21? Riya ma'am, Article 21 is related to India. It is not related to any foreign country. Article 21, it gives you right when to enter, when to exit country. You can exit country legally, you can enter country legally. That is right. That right is given under Article 21. For other countries, for other countries there is no connection. Whatever Article 21 is in Indian Constitution, not in that country's Constitution. No. I think you will doubt will get clarified tomorrow when I explain what is Article 20. Kaikusti Gopalpura, thank you sir, thank you. Riya ma'am, in and out, yes ma'am. Article 20 is given in Indian Constitution. So foreign country has nothing to do with it, no. Tomorrow I will explain you. I think you are asking about Vijay Mallya. Indian government wants to bring Vijay Mallya to India, but UK government is not giving permission because Vijay Mallya is no longer Indian citizen. Vijay Mallya is UK citizen, British citizen. So British citizen Article 21 doesn't apply, no. Even if he wants to come to India, British government can hold it, no. I'll explain it tomorrow. Please attend tomorrow's class. 5:10ಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಜೆ 5:10ಕ್ಕೆ ಲೈವ್ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ without any late. Tomorrow we are going to discuss about Article 20, Article 21 for all KPSC students, SSC students, any government competitive exam students. For you, this is very important. I am explaining in simple detailed way.